All right, salute. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the channel. Throw me some love if you don't mind. Keep the comments light. I want to talk about, the debunk the myth of like Thai women are these pushovers. They're these, yes, master, I do anything you say type women. Complete submission, no questions asked. No. So I want to like squash this myth right away. First of all, these women are very headstrong. I would argue more headstrong than the American women. But this is not a negative thing in a lot of ways because they're headstrong for the right reasons. Like, these women are truly independent women. They don't have to tell you I'm independent. These women literally work their butts off. They open businesses, they go to school, they get their education. Many of them speak multiple languages. I'm renting my apartment from a woman who owns 250 properties on Airbnb, speaks 4 fluent languages. I'm just trying to tell you, like, debunking this myth that men are coming here looking for some, bush bee, sweeping dirt floors. Yes, master. This is crap, absolute crap. These women are not easy. But to be fair, they are absolutely worth it. These women, not only do they work hard, they take a pride in what they do. They take a pride in providing for their house and their family. Like, they equally bear the burden of, if my family's hungry, it's my fault. If someone in my family needs something and I can't provide it, it's my fault. So in a way, I would say that they think, I'm not saying they think like men, but they absolutely equally bear the burden of providing for society and for their man or for their family, for their household, for their kids, even other people. It's just different. When these women go out and work all day, like seriously work their butts off, they come home, they still come home and they will not allow a man to do duties, like certain duties in the household. And I don't even say this, I'm not putting this label on them. This is just naturally how they are. Like, they don't want you getting in the way. The women run the household here, they do, but they run it in a good way. They're not out there like weakening and like belittling their man, trying to undermine his authority, because at the end of the day, they still look to the man as the absolute authority, even with all that said. So this is the silver lining, in my opinion, especially if you're dealing with a real chick. She is going to work her butt off. She is going to provide. She's going to contribute. She's going to come to you with ideas. But you got to let them do what they do, man. You can't get in the way, man. I'm telling you, women are very smart here, man. I'm telling you, they are absolutely incredible. Like, socially intelligent. They recognize BS from a mile. Honestly, I trust the women here as friends, as acquaintances and things like that, to really help me to adapt and, improvise and to, become like entwined within the Thai culture, to teach me Thai, to teach me about BS. These women are absolutely smart as hell. They are not easy, with that being said. They know their worth. They're not having to tell you their worth. Their actions prove it. So men are not sitting here standing in the way of a Thai woman running the household. They're not doing it. These women are headstrong as hell, like really headstrong. Many of them like a little bit of drama, yes. You still gotta play. They love to have bedroom aerobics too. That's another one. All they do. Like, keeping up with that, good for you, man. Good luck. But still, like, it's not just that. Like, honestly, the women's actions speak for themselves, and men are not even thinking twice about, soft guy era over here in Thailand. It's a joke in America, and it makes sense in America. It is. It just does. It goes to show how ridiculous many of these Western chicks sound compared to what Thai women are. First of all, you don't have Thai women online saying stuff like this, drizzle. You don't have one. Like, the Thai women would drag her away from her platform. They do not tolerate this. These women, they do social media, but they do not post stuff like this. They are not controversial. They're not going to disrespect their culture. They're not going to disrespect their men. They're not going to disrespect us. They are not going to disrespect themselves by what they put online. They are very conscious and aware of this, like seriously. Things that you may not even think. For example, if they buy a new house, they're not gonna post online, look at my brand new house. Because to them, they feel self-conscious about rubbing it in. They don't do stuff like this, honestly. Sometimes they post like, hey, yeah, we're on vacation, I'm with someone. So they're very like responsible with social media. But they're very headstrong too in what they are and like who they are and their standards. So with that being said, a lot of people would say, oh, these women all want money. Man, listen, every woman wants a man who can provide. Stop with this nonsense. There's a difference between providing and being rinsed, of course. But every woman wants a man who can make things happen financially, because she can flourish in her ideas and what she wants to do to also give back to your household if you found the right one. I guess you could say like a decent chick who sees and equally carries that financial burden, just like I talked about before. Yes, they can provide, they can make money here too, but they also want to know a man has a future. That's anywhere in the world. There is nothing wrong with that. But the difference is these women aren't out here, for the most part, just using men for money like they are in America. They're nowhere near as expensive, and they give back 15 times as much. Honestly, if you ask me, at the end of the day, it is worth it. It is worth it. I would go to bat for these women. I have a ton of respect for these women. They're very dedicated, very headstrong, and you don't stand in their way as a man. You stay in your lane, she stay in her lane, but you work together and things can happen. But honestly, she brings things to the table. These women here are showing up, honestly, and they're not talking about it because they don't have to. Their actions speak for themselves. And I'll say this and end the video, if the American women put half the effort into the men they choose, or half the effort into the work they do, instead of trying to go out here and just like swiping on Tinder, going like Instagram and putting all that effort into presenting a good image on social media, this is what I'm talking about. If they put half the effort in that these women do, society would be completely different. Because at the end of the day, I believe that women are the ones who set the standards for society and what rules men need to live by subconsciously. Hear me out. Men do what they do because women allow them to do it. Yes, it works the other way as well. But if women had these same standards, men would be reshaping their behavior, because men are the one that pursue women typically. Honestly, like, women are keeping women in line too. They're doing their part here. And this is why I think the society and the culture in Thailand is completely different. They don't need laws to enforce moral behavior here. The culture does it by itself. It just does. It's not some top-down, tyrannical, totalitarian, like iron-fisted dictate from on high. No. Society keeps itself in line. People treat each other because of how women have set the standards and set the bar for people to behave, and for how men need to behave, and for how other women need to behave. Honestly, this is the truth and the reality. Let that sink in. Just think about that. I'm not saying that, women control everything, but no, women have a lot of power. They do. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as they're benevolent and as long as they're keeping their other fellow chicks and debaucherous behavior in line. I have no problem with it. With that being said, these women here, they aren't easy. They are incredible. And I will say this, I love dealing with the women here. Still with Supai with D. She's incredible. She's amazing. She's really the sweetest woman I know. Because listen, your society, the Western society, is collapsing. It's finished. It's because women are completely sold out. Men are too. But men are just following. Men have always followed. their strategy and how they move when it comes to getting resources, when it comes to being successful, when it comes to how to treat people, because of how women treated us. Always. So it does revolve around this. Women choose men. Men just, you know, we don't really choose women. They choose us. So this is the thing. What women choose is the leader of the way society and the culture is gonna go. So anyway, love y'all. Thank you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Food for thought. Salute. I'm out.